so you'll be live in just a second.
All right.
Sweet. All right, my dudes. I got BV and co-commentator Benjaminian. I hope I pronounced that correctly. They're going to be engaging you tonight in the Celeste Spring Collab 2020. And without further ado, I'll leave it to you two.
Hello, Fangame Marathon. I'm BV. We're with Benjaminian, speedrunner.
Hello there.
We're gonna be speedrunning. Well, I'm gonna be speedrunning the the marathon was live on my end. All right, I'm gonna be running the Grandmaster lobby. Before I do that, I want to hop in a main game level real quick in order to show off a bit of the tech that's going to be used, because a lot of these levels are quite complex and use some Celeste tech that I want to refer to later. So to keep it simple, the three things I want to quickly explain are super dashes, hyper dashes, and wall bounces. Simply, if you dash in this game, and then while the dash is playing, you jump out of it, you'll do a bigger jump, essentially. And that is called a super dash, or super for short. Now, if you do that same thing while being crouched, or while dashing down diagonally towards the ground, and you jump out of that, you'll get a much further but shorter jump that you call a hyper dash. Or a much further but lower jump, is what I meant to say. Last of all, essentially a vertical super dash. If you dash next to a wall and jump out of it, you get this movement that's called a wall bounce. So again, big jump, super, low, far jump is hyper, and next to a wall, vault type of thing is wall bounce. That being said, I'll be ready to start my run. So.
And I should hopefully be trying to explain more advanced tech when it does show up. Hopefully not too confusing.
All right, so I'm gonna be ready in. Can I get a countdown, Ben?
3, 2, 1, go.
Right.
So BV's gonna start in prologue for this. So it's more it's not just its own base map that you launch. It's gonna be more structured. There's gonna be lobbies and even its own opening map, which has been the most enjoyable map to run so far in terms of starting, because you have a dash.
Right, I hope that was probably a hilarious intro for you as a speedrunner.
He'd be absolutely schmoving the best he can.
Alright, we're gonna head up on the first run. The first map, they're all scattered throughout the lobby. First one's called Error 418, which uses jump refreshers as a gimmick. We start this map by already having a double jump by default, and when we grab one of the arrows here, we get another jump. And they also stack, so we can get a whole bunch at the same time.
Can also be used to get hypers, supers, and whatever else in midair without use of ground or walls.
Yeah, you just act as a normal jump, except you're not on the ground. A bit of a mistake there. You're gonna see a lot of deaths here. This mod is really hard. It's the hardest of the 5 main lobbies in the Spring Collab. Right, we're gonna see one of the few skips this run has in this room. Camera's really weird here. I just dashed through spinners, and that works because in Celeste you can dash while in a crouched state, which a lot of people call demo dashes. And your hitbox is small enough to fit through some spinners, the gap between some spinners. So you just kind of are allowed to do that. Alright, let's see if I can get to this hard quickly.
Will you get faster?
Well, so I'll count it.
Real close.
I didn't touch the platform, I'll count it. That was error 418. First of 13. Is it 13? I think it's 13. I'm just gonna say 13. 13 maps. Right, next one. It's called. Did I just do that?
Yeah, you're right.
Man. Alright, next one's called Crypt of the Kevins. Made by Bissy.
So there isn't much in terms of harder tech for this one, just more precise platforming. A lot of bunny hops.
Yeah.
Nothing too insane.
This map, as you can tell, has absolutely genius music and visuals. If you wonder what a Kevin is, it is the crusher block you see around. Ben, can you explain why they're called Kevins while I perform some rooms?
The creator, the sound designer for this game, he's named Kevin, and pretty much whenever you hit one of them, you get the sound effects of him just making noises. Do we get any underwater Kevins during this run?
Unfortunately not.
Oh no.
Huge. It's a pretty long room here. Where we go all the way around. This room, this map is quite a little bit routing based. You definitely gotta figure out a route for most of these rooms. Not like the most routing based of the entire collab. Especially in the early maps, we're gonna see a lot of really like galaxy brain routing. There's another weird skip here.
I don't think I've actually seen this room before. This is all interesting for me now.
Yeah. So I still have absolutely no idea how to perform the first half of this room. There's a checkpoint in between, by the way. Maybe we're not even gonna find out if it's actually there, because I'll just not die. Hell yeah.
Nice jump.
Okay, I didn't explain what a bunny hop is, but pretty much in this game, if you have momentum and you jump in the air, you tend to keep either all of your momentum or a lot of it. So if we do one of those hyper dashes and jump out of it, we get a big jump with the same speed as a hyper dash, which when you get pushed up by a Kevin, that height that you get from the jump will be even more. So you can make some pretty massive leaps.
Hey BV, when you got a sec, can you turn up like the desktop audio?
Turn up the desktop audio?
Yeah, give it like a solid boost on OBS or whatever.
Alright. Oh, that should be here.
Apparently I am too low.
Wait.
End game.
Everything except your mic is pretty low, BV. So just like the entire everything.
Alright. Thank you for telling me. Hope it's better.
I'll say a few words just to make sure. That should hopefully be enough. So BV having a small bit of struggle here, but it's kind of to be expected with the Grandmaster.
Yeah.
It's not really something you can just kind of go through with no problems. Especially with the length of the rooms, the amount you have to pull off without dying is a bit insane in times.
It's definitely a theme. Almost all the rooms in this entire mod are really long. Or not this entire mod, but the difficulty. This particular difficulty of the mod. I finished up Crypt of the Kevins. The next map is Forest of the Ancient, which uses a mechanic.
Speaking of long rooms.
So it has the longest room in the entire project. Thankfully it has checkpoints, but still.
So BV's going to be throwing around a... What are they actually called? I really know
I think I hear them referred to as crystal bombs. Sounds accurate.
We can go with that for now, at the very least. So these crystal bombs, they very much react like theocrystals, where it's just another entity that you can really pick up, throw around, you have to keep alive. But in this case, they will blow up on a timer, so it makes it fairly important to get them, where you need them, pretty fast.
They also explode when they touch some certain force fields, so you can kind of control it in that way as well. Here's a funny thing with them where you get blasted up here, because the timer's rather short, and then you grab another one here that you take up even further. No, you're supposed to throw it another time, damn it.
Oh.
Whatever. But yeah, That's how you escape this loop and beat the room. A lot of stuff to remember in this run. I thought for sure I would die.
Getting a little bit caught up. Nothing too big to worry about though. Short deaths, fortunately.
Yeah, early room deaths. There are some sections that I'm quite afraid of. This map is one of them because when it goes wrong, it can just take a while being stuck on rooms here.
Nice jump.
Okay, here we're gonna juggle a whole bunch of bombs. Not juggle, but just use a bunch at the same time. Throw them to different locations, have them blow up everything that's in our path.
There's not really much messing around in this. You just kind of have to do
Wow.
everything it throws at you, right?
Yeah. There's no bomb unused. At least not in my route. If the TAS leaves bombs unused, I'm pretty sure it would. Alright, that should be in time. No.
Do you have to optimize the crystal vases?
Oh no. You just hold grab. If you think about these one-way platforms with a spike on top, when you grab something, you get stunned, right? You stand still while you grab something for like a couple frames, and if you do that while on top of the spikes actually kill you.
Also, the case if you dash whilst in spike hitboxes, even if you're moving past them, which usually doesn't kill you.
Oh man, what a moment. Hole in one, let's go.
Nice. Hopefully no chokes. Hopefully no commentator's curse.
Nah, I'm gonna take this wall bounce by like dashing up, waiting for it to respawn, and then going. Because, like, I try doing it without, but it is very tight to do that wall bounce kind of in one shot. Alright, this room is really cool.
Is the next room the long one?
Yeah. So we're gonna grab a key. This key disappears if you die, unlike normal Celeste.
I don't think the silver key's in base Celeste.
Yeah. No, there's only golden keys.
Which honestly would prevent a lot of cheese.
Right.
So thankfully they are not in.
No, speedrunners would be quite upset.
I would be in shambles.
Alright. We're gonna go around, grab this coin hidden in the block, and then go past here again.
This room has a lot of setup actually.
Yeah. Alright.
Ooh, that was tight.
Second part of the room. Here is this part. You just throw bombs around and you blow stuff up, and then you go through the section again without the red bricks, which allows you to blow more stuff up, and then you go through it again, which allows you to take different paths. Quite a mess to route out when playing it for the first time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like a nightmare to route. Doing a really good job getting it, like, first try, though.
Yeah. Let's not tell the chat that there was a checkpoint in between, so it looks more impressive. Alright, damn. Well,
Hey,
I couldn't fake the entire room out.
Maybe?
I couldn't let them believe that the entirety was checkpoint free. Unfortunately. Alright, here we go.
BV dying was a figment of your imagination.
Alright, I was stuck on room 3 a bit, but the rest kinda wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that was pretty solid.
Alright, moving on through the lobby. We're gonna go back through Crypt of the Caverns. That's kind of just how my routing works. I'm not a routing expert. I've never seen anyone else go through this lobby, so I just kind of did what I thought was the fastest.
Yeah.
We
Did you
go.
do much timing, or did you just think, yeah, this must be fast?
I just looked at the debug map. I was like, well, this makes a smidget of sense, so let's just go with this. We're in the Heck 90, which is a map that has some troll energy to it. Swap blocks. I call these swap blocks.
Unfortunately, core mechanics as well. Which
Right.
means
Forgot
when
to
you
mention.
land, you don't get your dash back. You just kind of got to deal with what you're given. Fortunately, 2 dashes are given, so there's plenty. It's enough.
No. I still don't know what
do
to
you-
do in this room, to be honest. I do a corner boost. Oh, wait, what do you do again? Oh, no, you do a hyper, okay. So you do a corner boost here, which is dashing into a wall and then quickly jumping. Which, if you do that,
You do have to be a certain height, like within a few
Yeah.
pixels of the edge.
it's quite precise, so... There we go, there I had
are
it,
there
that's how it
any-
looks.
Are there any moon corner boosts?
Yeah, that was one.
Oh,
That was a moon block,
nice.
actually. But, yeah,
So-
moon blocks make it a bit easier because of the way they're programmed.
Basically, they just kind of move around, so you can throw yourself wherever you are. I'll try to point them out if I do see them.
Yeah, they're in the final chapter. I didn't even explain what you do in this mod. So every map gives you a tiny heart, and at the end of the chapter there's a door with 13 slots in which fit a tiny heart. And once the door opens, we'll get access to the final chapter, which is
BB, I think you should give us a Heart Ultra, at least one.
I'll see what I can do at the end of this one, because yeah, there's a funny I'd like to show off as well. You saw me do a skip there. I just went in a spot where a berry is. That berry is fake, like almost all the berries in this chapter. If you collect them,
Wait,
they
really?
instantly disappear, because it's funny.
know that actually.
As I said, this one has some troll energy to it. I was supposed to get a super off it. The ending of this room is mighty precise, so.
But yeah, basically what BB did in that other room, in the berry room, was a death walk. Checkpoint was not set for where he went in, so it just went to the closest.
Yeah, the checkpoint better not be set there, because that would mean that I was soft locked.
Yeah. Hoping that it doesn't get changed in a future update.
Alright, so
Would,
I'm gonna show
no
off.
idea.
I'm gonna show off what the berries do. There's a hidden wing berry here. If you grab it, this happens. Alright, this is the hard ultra.
Nice.
It just looks cute.
Completely unnecessary to explain, but either way, if you buffer a dash out of a heart, like from the side, it gets it, even though you didn't actually dash into it.
Alright, this map is beautiful. It's called Temporal Tower. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, when I said there's gonna be some big routing maps, this is the one that comes to mind. They're massive routing puzzles, long rooms.
But fortunately, BB doesn't have to play like at least half of it. Plenty of skips.
Yeah,
I hope
for
I'm
here,
correct.
you go around the room, you do a lot of coin collecting, or you do a single skip. Well, I had a moment there, but yeah, you can kind of just do a wave dash off of that button.
About how much time are you saving just for this one room alone with that?
You're thinking I time anything in this.
Do you know around about how long it takes?
Well, the only time I've played this room normally was on the first time I ever played this, which is about almost a year ago. So I'm afraid I do not remember.
Judging by the size of like the rooms that BB's gonna have to play through, this is obviously not a huge skip per room. It kind of gives you an idea of how much was.
It mainly just makes the rooms a lot easier, which is why I like to do them. Because having stuff easier means you are less likely to die, which means you will end up faster. I'm gonna do a cute little skip here. You're supposed to take that other platform all the way to the top. I'm not gonna talk there actually, it's far in the room.
That was actually pretty clean.
Cool, that was
Nice job.
And yeah, you can just kind of do one of those hyper bunny hops, which is a hyper dash into a jump that stores your momentum. Just skip that. Alright, this is a really awesome room. I like this room. That's not the way to go, buddy.
Madeline just choosing where the route is now.
It's one of the hardest rooms in the entire project to figure out. At least in any percent. We don't talk about the puzzly rooms in 100%. If you know, you know.
We need to bring DV back for Grandmaster Arb in the future.
No. That would take over 6 hours probably. That was awesome.
Oh, that included a nice view as well.
Well, thankfully there. Okay, so if you don't know what nice view is, one of the maps called Heart of the Storm will have an optional movement chain that is so ridiculously precise that it doesn't even give a secret for it. It just gives what they call a nice view. View is pretty mediocre, but the feeling of accomplishment mixed with the view makes it indeed quite nice.
An average
Alright.
view.
If this wall lines can stop pranking me. Maybe I should tone down the talking because, man, it is rough.
And I'm just kind of like impressed. Just because of how long these rooms are in general as well.
Yeah.
There's so much to put together, especially with these it's not really very common for I guess we can call them spring cancels, just where you like dash pretty fast. That's not a kind of a normal thing.
You dash pretty fast, not the fastest. If you dash as fast as possible, weird stuff happens with momentum and you pretty much are forced to die. Alright, please,
for anyone...
please.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice job. For anyone curious,
that
there
one.
has been grey springs around the area. For anyone who's been paying attention, they basically just mean you have to dash into them for them to be active. No dash, no refresh or anything.
Okay.
Just
Don't die grabbing this coin. Oh man.
Oh.
I am broken.
Fortunately, a shorter room.
Yeah. A cooldown room, if you will. Unless you have the Deathless Berry, then it is quite the opposite of a cooldown room. It is the panic as hard as you can room. Right, that is the first route of the lobby. We're gonna warp back to the start because that's just how routing works out for me. And they're gonna go to top half. Well, it's a little more than half, I guess, but...
Fortunately, BV gets... I won't call this an insane break, but this is one of the easier chapters, maps in...
Yeah, well, it honestly has one room that is a bit troublesome for me, but most of it is kind of just chilling. Reflection themed, couple of so-called dream hypers, where you do a hyper dash out of a dream block, because you can.
They are slightly trickier than BV does, give them credit for. You do have to be in Coyote time for that, which is basically just pretend that there's ground as you're coming out of the block.
Yeah.
A few small frame window.
I think it's 4 frames. I don't really think about it when I do them.
I'm trying to if you demo hyper them, you double the frame window as well.
I don't know, but I sure do demo hyper them. Because I've heard it somewhere and I did not fact check it, but it felt better, so I like...
It definitely does double them though, making your life a lot easier.
Yeah, like, since I started doing that, I don't think I just miss them anymore in general.
I haven't been the smartest with demo hypers so far. I still take a few in Summit without doing demo hypers. It makes the runs very scary.
Alright, we jumped on water. Awesome. It's like the only water movement, I think.
Yet again, the theme of reflection was not a water level here, nor main game.
Yeah. This room is awesome, so we're gonna escort this block down, and it keeps getting temporarily halted by all the obstacles on the way. Like this Kevin block. And we just slowly make room for this to fall down so we can use it to do a super off of it at the end of the room. Oh, that was close to the ceiling. Alright, this drop is pretty hard.
I've seen that bumper mess with a lot of people there.
You are forced to fast fall there, else you will not make it in time, so that's pretty hard. But I did it. Alright. You called me out for this earlier, and now I died to it again. No!
No, BB.
Alright, so I'm gonna try to not dash up diagonally. And you'll see why shortly.
Wait, even I don't know why. I don't know what's
Oh,
going
you're gonna figure out with me. I've died collecting this before, so let's not. So you see this wingberry. Usually wingberries...
Wait, is that no diags? What?
So yeah, there's supposed to be a barrier, but since I dashed up diagonal, it flew away. It kind of assumed I would dash up diagonally, but my strat kind of just doesn't. So yeah, got a berry. Awesome.
That's actually really cool.
That is the
We're gonna
easiest berry of the.
skip that last room as well.
Yeah, that it's for an optional berry. That yeah, it's so difficult.
Yeah. Nice job. Yeah, I
Thank
actually
you.
didn't know that was a no diag.
Yeah, it says so in Morse code in one of the rooms actually. I just kind of walked there. Awesome.
Oh, we're really going into a fish theme area now. aren't we?
Yeah, well, except not really, but soon we are.
Oh wait, Trap Peak is first. Yeah.
Tri-Peak. This map is made actually by someone who ran earlier at Fangame Marathon, 2019, Problem Stole. He ran Secret of Celeste Mountain. And now...
So I like to say that this map is kind of like Neapolitan ice cream, almost, of the Celeste map.
Awesome. You get 3 sections. We get Precision, which we're on right now. We get Speed. And we get Jelly Nonsense. Jellyfish Nonsense. Is that the first time we're going to see jellies in this? I think it is, right?
I think, yeah.
Alright, jellyfish, they're my favorite gimmick. They're from the DLC in Celeste Farewell. Thank you for making it.
Nice.
Yeah, they're just really fun to play with. They're like parachutes. If you haven't played Farewell, play it. It's like actually awesome.
Really good chapter. So,
Alright.
might want to pay attention to this section.
Oh,
You may
yeah.
miss it. if you
This
don't
room
play
is
for
awesome.
Just a moment.
This room is
We're gonna
it's
build up.
fast. It's awesome.
A lot of speed at the end of this screen.
We just kind of keep chasing this Kevin because we want to catch it at the end. No. Wait, is that
No.
possible? I would have been. I would have popped off out of my mind.
I'd be impressed.
I haven't. All right. We're going quite fast, but it's nothing compared to the end of this room.
It's right after this, right?
All right, here we go.
So, BV's gonna build up a lot of so much
Yeah.
speed. He's gonna just slip through all of those spikes. It's gonna
Yeah.
go too fast for the game to really recognize.
Well,
So,
thank you, fish.
BV's coming to the fish section.
The jelly
jellyfish
nonsense room.
section.
We juggle a
It's just
bunch. There's a million jellyfish at once. And we have a good time with them. Unless we don't.
Jellyfish in space? Of course.
Yeah. All jellyfish are supposed to live underwater, which we're gonna see very shortly. In the next map, even. A water map that uses Farewell's mechanics in water. Wow. I got through it.
Nice jump.
pretty fast-ish. And yeah,
Spinners.
aquatic underground.
Crystal spinners have the object permanence of a child. So yeah, another jelly-themed map. Is it jelly or just water?
No, it's like fish, just fish,
Ah.
jellyfish, pufferfish. Oh wait, there is water movement here, I guess. You just touch water
Oh,
for a
nice.
second. Awesome.
So yeah, BV is pretty much in an aquarium right now.
Cool. It's just a chill map. I really like jellyfish maps, so I vibe here. Ah, that's an accidental corner boost. Looks cool, but it's not what you want to have happen. There it is here. Tight wall bounce. Made it though.
No, never mind. That was
Okay, dude.
impressive.
That's actually is. I
I
think
don't know how you managed that, BV.
think I deserve something for testing that spinner hitbox. I don't think anyone has tested if that spinner hitbox actually works. You're
Gotta
welcome.
Make sure the level is completely play tested. Every spinner.
Well, you got to see the tight wall bounce again. So what happened is I accidentally, my keyboard is really sensitive because I like pressing a button a hair in and it already activating. So I accidentally tapped my second jump key with my pinky there. So I just jumped twice. That's what happened. Took me a while to realize that that's what was going on. But I was like, oh, that I did just feel a key on my pinky. Alright, this is really hard, so
Honestly,
that
I
wall
found
bounce is impossible.
Yeah. Outside of like those really tight wall bounces, I found this room really fun. It did flow well.
Yeah. The tightest wall bounces of my life are at the end of the room. That thankfully has a checkpoint. If that checkpoint wasn't there, I straight up would not be able to run this because my time would just be me dying at these wall bounces at the end of this room
I mean, to
for
be
an
fair,
hour.
you could pause buffer, but that is a completely different thing.
Yeah, it's a dilemma and a half.
Usually player's choice.
Alright, here we go.
It is cool that devs have supported runners for whatever they have been
Oh,
finding though.
got them first
Ooh,
try.
those are honestly, those are actually really tight. That's impressive.
Yeah.
That you got it first try.
That usually does not happen first try. That usually happens like 6th try. Here we have a perfect example of the thing I mentioned earlier of you grabbing something while in the middle of a spike doorway, like one way. You just die if you grab something. So you need to like know when you're gonna grab it, which is quite hard to do if it's in midair and you have to catch it at some point with not a lot of leeway. So that's definitely the hardest part of this current room I'm on. For the rest, we just kind of throw jellyfish around in this one. There, right, it was high enough that time. And this movement is pretty precise as well. There we go.
Oh, that baited me out actually. I forgot what the solution was. But you just completely missed it.
What? Well,
Fortunately, a mid-room checkpoint again.
yeah, thanks for that. Okay. Didn't die too much here. I've died a lot to this final dash there by getting greedy and fast falling with the jelly too much. I've definitely learned my lesson. Alright. Next up is one of my favorites. It is super hard. Probably one of the hardest maps of the collab. It's called Fish Hell.
Yet again, keeping up the fish theme.
Yeah, they are used geniusly here. You usually escort them to places, use them again. Like here, you bounce it on the spring, and then while it's in the middle of traveling, you down dash on it again so that it hits the second spring and it ends up there for later use. It's that sort of stuff is something that I love. I did something that I've never done before, but you know, it's fine. That's because I'm talking, and usually I do not talk here.
Could you say this is one of the tightest maps, or?
Definitely, definitely. The spinner corridors are unforgiving.
Really just gotta be perfect.
Ooh, that
almost
wall
perfect
bounce
for these.
was a bit sketchy, but
Nice.
I got through it. Alright, we're gonna drop this block down for the fish to use. These dashes are a nightmare. Alright. Boom, react to that thing, push it down, and then land on it while the spring is below it to get through the room.
Nice.
This
That-
room is awesome.
These rooms actually look sick.
Yeah, I love this map. It's one of my favorites. I think it's my favorite, to be honest. It's so awesome.
I love how much tech you can do from the fish as well, actually, because you can get boosts, like it's a bumper from Chapter 6. You can get supers off it and just move it around. They are.
Remember
surprisingly
yesterday when I
versatile.
remember yesterday when I said, "Hold on, I just figured out you're supposed to do a diagonal dash there." Apparently, it was too late yesterday, and I shouldn't have been improving my strats the day before the marathon. I was gonna stick to an up dash.
I remember that, but I didn't know exactly what you were doing. It makes sense why you do an up dash.
Yeah, I just got it one out of one time, and I was like, "Alright, perfect, foolproof."
They are not actually custom graphics though.
Are they not? I don't even know.
For the traffic blocks, they got reskinned. for
Right,
Chapter
yeah,
9
yeah.
As well.
That's the Chapter 9 dreamy looking traffic blocks. I think they look sick.
Gaslight yourself into a new strat. GGBB.
Thanks. Alright, we're gonna pop off here though. Absolutely massive.
Cool.
Wow, so your little friend shows up, Theo, because handling fish is not enough. You want
Very much a huge surprise to anyone just playing this map
Yeah.
casually.
Yeah, that's the
Especially,
last thing you're expecting in a final room of this. But it just works out awesomely. I love this room.
We are going to see more of Theo later, and if you come from that other map, it's very much a very painful surprise.
Guest appearance. Our beloved friend.
Guest solo.
Oh, yes, dude.
Nice.
That
Doing
was
it very
a
fast.
pretty dang decent fish hell. Like, sometimes this map can take like 10 minutes if you just keep dying at the end of rooms. Because it is really
do you need
precise.
Theo?
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
coin here. This is the hardest, like,
Those end room.
a really scary room if you go for Deathless, because you need to get to the heart to actually beat it, and it's a pretty precise hard room.
Yeah, honestly, there was some tight gaps there.
One of the famous big boys is coming up. As you can see, the cracked difficulty meter says a little bit about what we're getting into. It's not too hard in a speed run, but just casually figuring out movements here, it is quite insane. You see,
So,
I think you get better. I think you'd probably be better at explaining it since you speedrun.
I'll explain some of the tech, yeah. I don't think BV... First of all, I don't think BV has explained ultras yet, but basically, if you do a hyper and then do a down diagonal again, that speed isn't capped. That is one of the things that's coming to play. Now, the other one, you'll see BV is throwing the jellies backwards. What he's doing there is he's getting a back boost, so you get a small boost just away from where you throw it, basically. So he's got some really tight. He's got to turn around, throw
Yeah,
the
it's
jelly
really
towards
hard.
and do a down
It is.
diag again in the other direction.
It is extremely hard to learn and extremely hard to not get rusty at. We actually do 2 in a row here, which is really sick. You throw it backwards and you come out of a portal that this map has, and then you catch the thing you just threw backwards to throw it backwards again for even more speed. stuff like
Oh, yeah,
that is
portals
just
as well. Portals are in the game.
yeah. Celeste, you know Celeste from Portals.
Yo, there's a portal too? Does that mean Celeste too?
It actually does exist though. You say that, but it does exist. They remade the Pico game like on the anniversary of Farewell, was it? I actually don't know about this.
I think it was just the Celeste anniversary.
Might have been the second anniversary of Farewell, because the first anniversary of Farewell is actually when the collab released. The spring collab. It's one of the biggest Celeste mod collaborations to date.
Yeah.
Why? I forgot. You're supposed to do another one.
Do you think you're going to be doing Grandmaster for the next one?
Yeah,
maybe?
the next one, they're gonna step it up in difficulty, in length, in everything. They're gonna one-up themselves with Strawberry Jam, which is the next Celeste big collaboration coming out ever. Maybe.
Yeah, it must have been 3 years for Celeste too, since the second anniversary for Farewell has not actually hit yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it feels like it came out like a lot longer ago, but it just
Dude.
hasn't.
I was convinced that that was more than 2 years ago. What is going
Hopefully
on?
we'll see you like back on this marathon for Strawberry Jam Grandmaster when it comes out.
Who knows?
So, kind of
Oh, man.
not really related to the run itself, but this is the map where a nice view is that we talked about
Right.
earlier.
It is
I
brutally
don't
difficult.
know what the chances are of BB attempting it today.
I already passed it, so I already.
But yeah, very much not main game.
Alright, this start of this room is a little. I almost said sussy, a little tricky.
I think you just did that, maybe.
Alright, come on. These ultras are a little precise. Because you gotta make sure not to do them too quick, because if you do them too quick, you'll hit the ground before your dash ends, and that allows you to, that just makes you lose all speed you've built up.
I don't think we can name the tech. Well, the events of that happening. Honestly, this room looks like it flows really well.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We do skip some of them, skip some cloud stuff, because it's just easier to start the ultras later on, and if you're good at ultras, you can just have enough speed by skipping a few still. This room is sort of a maze, but not really. You just kind of go.
Start of the room did introduce, I won't say tech, but a
Backwards.
certain bit of movement that honestly not an insane people know for the upright to diag like that. So basically we're just adding precision to all this as well.
Alright, do
I don't
not
think I
die.
knew about that movement. Nice job.
You don't, not yet.
Cool.
I have died here on my deathless run even. I have died on that final upright into a right dash into a grab, because I was so nervous that I couldn't let go of grab.
Alright, we got lightning. Nothing else.
That's just
And nice job. Very clean.
that's harder to storm. Alright, next up, we've seen Fish Hell. Get ready for its sequel. Or prequel. I don't know. I don't know the lore. But Theo
Which
Hell.
one is canonically first?
Right, it would make sense that probably Fish Hell's first. I don't know, man. It's
But
Theo
how
Hell.
did Theo get there then? So yeah, Theo Hell is, as you know, in the title, Theo, and it's really hard.
Just Hell?
Do we have core mechanics, or is it
Nope.
just
It's visually core. Thankfully, my dash does refresh upon hitting the ground.
So yeah, pretty much DV's gonna have to go around hitting a bunch of switches to change from ice to fire, which can completely change.
Yeah, this room is a
layout.
big fat maze. That you just kind of traverse with Theo. Make him hit certain switches. Leave him in places, grab him later. Just have a good time with Theo.
You're making pretty good pace actually in doing all this.
Yeah, I've been
well.
kind of going.
Schmoving.
Not dying too often in some places that I would expect to die in. This room is really hard because of this movement. Yes, got it. Don't die. What if Deathless Theo Hell, though? Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
awesome?
What if commentators curse? Oh, I thought you messed it up.
I thought so
I'm
too.
scared.
I have never saved that before in my life.
Oh, nice. Oh, I was hoping you just.
No!
No!
I didn't know that could happen. Oh,
Oh
man.
no!
You do not know
was
how
unfortunate.
upset I am.
You know, I like how we were just saying you're doing really well.
Yeah,
not
you
many
know.
big deaths.
Theo just
It
wanted
had to happen.
Theo wanted to help out, give us an extra boost for all of the shenanigans he has put on us in Fish Hell. So, there you go. Thanks,
Theo was
Theo.
mad you did the final room in Fish Hell first try.
Did I?
Yeah. Well,
If
the,
I did, that would have been
final-
awesome.
The heart room you did.
Oh, the heart room. Okay, okay. I remember dying too often on the Theo room as well, which is pretty massive because that room is actually really hard. Oh man. Yeah, now it's happening. I got through it first try. But Theo did not agree.
Commentators curse.
No man, it's fine. It is a runner's curse because I performed the thing. Alright.
I'm gonna let BV focus on this.
Oh, you can talk. I don't focus at all when I speak words. But yeah, just throw anything out.
Wait, so what did you actually do when it came to the recovery earlier?
It left my memory already. It is such a weird thing, I have no idea. I'm gonna have to watch that in the VOD. Maybe use that as my normal strat if it's easier.
It did not look like something
Theo,
that could be normal.
I swear to God. Alright, thank you.
Nice.
What a homie. Alright, this room is pure chaos.
So obviously, we have birds and battling and whatever is happening here. Kind of a theme for these hell maps, actually. Just
Why?
pulling in something you would not expect.
I waited a
Somehow
little
the
long on that
bird-
platform. If you make like micro mistakes, it can really put the lasers in weird spots and just mess you up later. So you really you need to know exactly what to do at every frame of this room. It is rough.
Yeah, plenty of cycles, at least laser cycles. And I still want to know how the bird has enough strength to throw both you and Theo.
He doesn't throw
at
Theo though.
force.
Like I drop Theo just before the bird hits me, then the bird hits me, and then I catch Theo in midair again. I wouldn't put that burden on the bird. It's too much of a friend for that.
I don't know if you
Throw
play
that there.
Bird
No.
definitely tries to kill you.
In one room, it's sure does.
Oh,
Okay, I've died here by accidentally holding right, which you cannot do.
that was
Here
a
we
real
go. That
nice
was
ultra
Theo.
as well. Nice job. And intro car, because why not?
I tried to do another hard ultra for the fans, but
Uh,
I'm not gonna try more than once ever. Oh, okay,
I
we're
fully expect you to heart ultra no matter what on the final one.
the final one. All right. That's well, unless okay, on the off chance. It's not looking like I'm gonna sub one, right? I'm not gonna throw a sub one to hard ultra, but
Fair.
like I don't think I'm gonna sub one. The final level is extremely hard, and I still have a while to go before I hit it.
Yeah.
The final,
Also,
the final.
Yeah, we're in Kokodoko now. I pieced out on this map. It was too small brain for it,
Fair.
but we've got a pretty hard puzzle map going on. Plenty of dash activated blocks.
I don't feel like doing this puzzle,
grab
to be
activate.
honest. This puzzle's kind of weird. So I'm
Oh
just gonna.
BV will skip this room for one.
He's gonna
all
jump in the
of it.
corner of these spikes, and it just kind of works.
As well as these solutions are being pretty hard to figure out, this does... not many maps are like this, but it uses a lot of pretty advanced tech, which is very uncommon when it comes to Celeste puzzle maps, actually.
Fish
can't
Tank is
think of
known.
any others.
Fish Tank Overflow is known for making puzzle maps with the most convoluted solutions ever seen. Shoutouts
Maybe
to
are you
70
gonna
with
show
a
us
single
the,
dash.
Are you going to show us the strats, the really hard ones?
Oh, There you saw me going into the red bubble, and the falling block pushed the red bubble down. I think that strat's way cooler than the one that I used to do, to be honest.
It is pretty cool, to be fair.
Like, I used to do a wave dash off of the falling block, which is way too precise, and I kind of just did it because I never figured out how to actually do the room. No, catch the cycle. Oh.
Aw. I think I could show you a setup for a wave dash off that later, though. Because I had to figure one out for setting some of the gold times, which surely...
You do that for Theo Hell? Or Kokodoko? Why did I think Theo Hell? Anyway, we're reaching the Dust Force map. Ultra difficult.
Really cool map.
Another cracked
Speed.
meter.
So we're going to see more back boost, but mainly just ultra trains. This one's really fun to watch.
Yeah, there's a core hyper here, you know. Hyper on the ground, hyper out of a dream block, even hyper out of being launched off a core block. You do them in a lot of places in this game. That one is even more precise than the dream hyper. I think it's like 2 frames, but someone should probably correct me because I'm most likely wrong. Because I just say how it feels like. It feels like 2 frames.
The same. Just, it is yet again. You've just got to make sure you're in these coyote frames. BV's going to be pulling out some more corner boosts. These are very much intended and needed for this map.
Yeah.
Pretty precise. Also, buffer climbing, because why not?
Okay.
So if
Not
you,
miss these, I
buffer your-
swear. There we go.
Nice.
Sometimes I just
If you
miss
buffer your
those
jump-
stashes for like 15 minutes.
They are. There's some fairly tricky room endings.
Darn.
If you buffer your jumps off core blocks, though, you won't actually activate them. Or if you're moving
Yeah,
up.
that's what happened just now. I don't think about anything that happens in these rooms. They just kind of happen without me realizing it. So if I miss some exciting stuff, I apologize. Pretty hard ultra chain, but I got it.
Nice.
Alright, here are spinner dream blocks that you die if you touch them, but if you dash through them, they act as dream blocks.
And they also break after, because
Yeah,
obviously not.
but
enough
only the
stats.
grayed out ones, though. Like the slightly, the one with a different shade, pretty much. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on.
I also want to mention that the song for this map is an absolute bop.
It's really chill. Keeps you cool while figuring this stuff out when you play it for the first time, which I definitely did not do. I put up someone's Deathless video and did exactly what they did at every point. Because none of this tech made sense to me. There's some stuff I didn't touch upon yet, but there's like jelly ultras, which pretty much is you move really fast in an ultra, and then you grab the ultra, and you jump really fast out of the ultra. You jump really fresh. You know, words.
Please just focus on the gameplay, BB.
You jump really fast out of the jellyfish because you grabbed it with a lot of speed, pretty much, ish. Yeah, this room is hard, dude. Like, this would happen regardless. This room is really hard. Oh, I got it, yes.
Nice.
And that final Dream Hyper is really tough.
The sequence that BB is doing is probably one of the hardest parts of the level.
Yeah, I really like this one. This is like my favorite part of this particular room, or map.
It feels really good to get
That
down.
corner boost is super tough, though.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I wouldn't call it the most consistent, but once you get this, it feels great to get.
Yeah, the corner boost still, no matter how many times I do it, the corner boost will be weird. As visible.
Yo, you should take the funny demo here.
I have no idea what you mean.
You can get to that first.
There we go.
hole.
It's not over yet.
This section has caused a lot of painful deaths for many players.
Yeah, you would assume it's over after that chain, but no. There's definitely more, and it is quite precise.
And in that previous room, though, there was a demo gap to the first core block. Alright, so we're gonna get some insane speed here.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're gonna do a demo dash, another one of those. It's actually set up.
I didn't know you could buffer it like that. That's pretty cool.
What am I doing? That's not what you do.
Where are you going, BB?
Yeah, I'm just moving. As long as I move anywhere, I'll be making progress. Alright, so here I'm gonna go
Yo.
Oh, that was pretty
Oh,
cool.
that was some clean movements at the end as well.
Right.
Nice.
I can sub hour if I like defless the final chapter, which is absolutely unviable and no actual way that that's gonna happen. But you know, as long as it's theoretically possible, it's a nice thought. Grandmaster
Do
Heartside.
you want to explain this?
Sure. If you've played Nank 2, Not Another Needle Contest 2, it's a little bit like the star stages in that game. You just take a segment from each map and you kind of base segments from this around each of the 13 maps. Usually there's 2 segments in a row that represent a map, and then you get a checkpoint. First one touches upon the Heck 90, which is the swap block troll map, if you will. It's not really troll, but it's, well, maybe you can call it that. And afterwards you get the Error 418, which is the jump refresher map. These rooms are very long and very hard, so I'm going to try my best to focus.
I'll probably have to do some of the talking.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I
If you
guess that is
can.
the job of a commentator.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, these screens though are, as you said, ridiculously long. Like, yeah, once you've seen the end of the first one, yeah.
We'll talk a little bit more in like flag 7. This flag is really hard though.
I don't really know an insane amounts about a lot of these screens, although I do like this transition here. I am going to let him focus a bit.
Massive.
Nice.
There we go.
That's
Whew, that's
one room out of many.
one of the hard rooms. Flag 8, flag 6, and flag 2 are the big bad boys. Flag 5 is also really hard. You can just name everything. It's just hard. It's just hard.
The map is hard. So we are in Tripeak and Gem Garden?
Yeah, that was Tripeak. I first tried it. Huge.
Nice. So, plenty of Kevin
It's not
blocks.
checkpoint though, so I don't even know why I mentioned that. But like, pretty decently hard wall bounce. This movement here is impossible. Alright, don't die.
That's some speed.
I am so upset. Like I'm a broken man.
That wall bounce actually looks really hard.
Yeah, and the feather thing is even
Especially
harder.
right at the
But then
end.
I was nervous and my hands were doing suboptimal feather stuff because they were a little weird. Well, whatever. So maybe we should talk about death control popping off and completely revamping this entire chapter. When the collab came out, it was nothing like what you see right now. A lot of the sections were a lot shorter, didn't represent the maps too well, and a lot of people had complaints, thought that the ending was just, it ended on a flop. So Death Control and a team of people completely redesigned it from the ground up and made an absolute banger of a chapter to end the collab on. It is super hard, but man, it is so satisfying, and it has a lot of great sections. I'm not a fan of all the sections, but man, it has some great sections. So I think they did a fantastic job.
It's one insane way to give the whole collab a send-off, pretty much.
Hardest room of the collab I am playing right now.
Is it?
Yeah, flag 6. It is,
Oh, wow.
in my opinion, the hardest room.
Oh yeah, because you've got to go into this is going to be Temple of the Kevins and Temporal Tower.
Yep. You do stuff here. Please, it's gonna work.
Wait, what? Oh, that's a strat.
And
Actually, moving so fast.
dumb.
That was unfortunate.
It's just gonna
you
happen.
managed to-
I'm a bit nervous, so you know.
Yeah. That was still really unfortunate. You managed to hit the corner there instead of
Yeah.
the ground.
I've never
you
died
can
like that,
barely just
TM.
missed.
And all that.
Wake up, new death dropped.
Alright.
Are there any big skips in this version of Temporal Tower outside of the old one?
Nope. Because you skipped it before that part.
True. There used to be a really big skip in this section where you could take the Kevin from... Well, a Kevin, I don't know which one, but a Kevin from the Temple of the Kevin spot and just take it to the complete end of this room. And honestly, it looks great.
Oh,
Really good feathering.
If I would have hold up at the end, one of the spikes would have killed me, because if you are like grating your back on the spikes there and you keep holding up, you die. But just in time I figured out I was too much to the left and I readjusted myself, so that did not happen. Man, that was scary though. I made a weird movement that I normally didn't do because I freaked out of the flag 6 end moment.
That's fair.
But yeah, this is both of the grabbable map, Theo Hell and Force of the Ancients grabbable. That's a fun word to say.
Just get to throw a bunch, both Theo, crystals, this run.
Alright. And here we have the crystal bombs. This is hard. Absolutely can't complain about that flag 5, dude. I'll say.
I don't have an insane amount to say though right now, so like for most of this I will be just letting the gameplay.
Yeah, it speaks for itself. This is one of my favorite rooms, man. Maybe my favorite room. Just fish on a moving block upward. It's genius. It looks like it's wonky and doesn't work, but it just works. It just works. And it's awesome.
Another reason why these fish are fairly versatile for just any kind of gameplay.
You can design around those fish in a lot of different ways. Why?
Fairly scary contraptions.
I might PB, to be honest.
Yo.
It's looking pretty likely, even. My PB on the new version isn't too great. I have a pretty awesome PB on the old version, but it doesn't really count anymore.
Was new or old faster?
New was a lot fast, or old was a lot faster.
Okay.
Which is why it doesn't count anymore.
Fair. Oh,
Nah.
Oh. So this is a very fish-themed section, I guess.
Yeah. 2 fish-themed
fish
sections, so I
hell.
guess it makes sense.
And aquatic underground.
Oh, man. It makes sense
So,
to die.
like,
Like, this room is really hard. Okay. I really love how this ending looks. We're not gonna get to see it though.
It must be really scary having this hard side at the end of the run, though.
True.
Especially like an hour in.
Yeah.
Like, I used to run beginner, which is infinitely more beginning, but it was still really scary.
Oh, the strats I see people do on beginner are still
Oh.
hard. I think this is the last, like, flag I'm probably gonna be stuck on, because I am awesome at flag 2, and I will first try it.
Nice. Flag 2 honestly looks kind of fun for the second half.
Damn it. Flag 2, it looks flashy, it looks awesome. Get hyped for it. You are not gonna know what's going on, but it still looks cool. Yeah, I actually don't know if I'm gonna PB now, to be honest. I've been spending too much time in this room now. It's probably not gonna happen anymore, but yeah, it's fine.
Still a real good run to like almost PB in a marathon setting.
Alright, do it now.
Considering.
No weird stuff.
Ooh. Nice and slow.
You just call me slow?
As soon as I said it, I knew
Ah,
what
there
I
we
did. Nice job.
Alright, here we have the puzzle map Kokodoko. Which is
Yet again,
Japanese for where are
surely.
we, by the way. I didn't say that yet, but it is.
Oh, I didn't know that as well. Surely you're going to do so. Surely you don't take intended, right?
Yeah, the intended route is way too long and a lot harder as well. So I take a little skip right here, the green block. It's pretty hard to do that and then also get the momentum. Where are you going, sir? And then also get the momentum from it. And then at the end you do another one of those jumps where you jump on the corner of spinners. I'm just gonna call it a spike jump because it looks like you jump off a spike.
Pretty much.
I'm
No
gonna
need to get
make enemies by saying that.
There's no need to get completely technical as well anyway. We can call it whatever we want.
Oh man. Alright, check this one. I held grab. What is wrong with me? Even after I said check this one, I can't believe it.
We are all watching. We are still waiting to check it.
Alright, hold on. I'm just not gonna say it, but you know it though.
Don't say you'll curse yourself. Nice. Corner jump. Is that intended or was that a skip?
That's the second part of the skip. Alright,
Okay.
here we have the big one.
So we're going back to.
I didn't first try it, I
This
can't
is-
believe it.
Honestly, this part's just kind of.
It's
insane in general.
really
We're going
hard.
back boost ultras, portals, everything that these maps could have thrown at you by now.
It's so hard. It's so hard. You do a back boost and then a back boost followed by an up ride and a back boost followed by a down ride, etc. etc. I missed one, still almost made it.
At least you get to show off the portal ultras.
Yeah, it's so cool. There's an entire room. I'm just gonna show it off, whatever. This run isn't great anyway. There's an entire room dedicated to just show you how it works. That's how complex it is. I had to record it and play it at 1/4 of the speed to actually know what you're supposed to do there.
Is it the exact same
What am I
setup?
doing? Sort of. You just kind of do it.
That's fair. Honestly, if I was doing this map casually, I'd be so scared just seeing that massive inputs.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, the deathless one isn't happening on this one for me. Are we gonna get enough height? Because the trigger is right there, and sometimes you don't hit it, and it is so upsetting. Alright,
Is
we
this
got
next
it.
section its own checkpoint?
Yeah, here we have Ultra. These last two are its own thing because they're really hard. Well, this one isn't too hard to be honest, but it's ultra difficult. Dust Force themed. Ultra goodness.
This part legitimately just looks really fun.
That's pretty fun, yeah. Alright,
We even get... I'll save it.
beep this one.
Oh,
Thank you for playing.
Actually-
I didn't get enough speed though, so. But that's the thank you for playing message, which is one of the coolest thank you for playing messages ever.
yet again, flipping through the spikes.
Yeah. You only see it for like 4 frames, but still.
I guess since we got a small bit of time, more specifically how those spikes clipping works is that
There
you
we
have
go.
1 frame to get through them. If you don't in time, they get you, but they don't have enough time to spawn otherwise.
Alright. Check this
can
out.
still
If
kill
you
you
played
as
main
well.
Celeste, you might be able to recognize this part.
I love this. Such a nice reference.
Alright, what is it, chat?
Nice job.
Put your guesses in.
final section. Let's go.
Alright, this is like the chill down room. You've gone through all of the sections. This is like, I guess, themed around the lobby.
Oh yeah, I can see that actually. You even got the no feather bubbles.
It's just, yeah.
Which,
You did it, room.
honestly, platforming based around like, do we see any more of them?
What happened?
Oh.
I think I hit my second jump key again. I think I probably should have upped the sensitivity on that key. Or down the sensitivity on that key, you know.
Is this PB, BV?
No. But it's pretty close to PB, so like, whatever. Good run.
Oh.
Best
Really
recorded run, because
good.
I don't record most of my runs.
Honestly, really good to get almost PB in the
Yeah.
marathon setting as well.
I'm
'cause
more
you
than
had to
content with
focus.
this. Like, yeah, I threw up in a lot of parts, but man, I'm really content with this. We just crash into the heart. It's fake.
Wait.
Well, should have mentioned it. Whatever.
You better give us a hard ultra.
I'm gonna do it. So yeah, here we climb out of the depths of the Grandmaster lobby to get back to this serene prologue moment. Here's the final heart. Time when I reach it.
Nice.
Time. Thank you for watching.
GG.
Yeah, I'm happy with that run. That would have been a PB like yesterday, I think. Like 3 days ago, so. Alright. I don't know how the schedule's looking. Because I think I was a little behind. If I have... Because I finished quite a bit before average. My estimate is what I meant to say. If I have time, I could show off some of the beginner lobby. But if the schedule's still looking tight, then I guess I'll pass it on to the next runner. I need to hear about that from...
Yeah, I'm still lurking. Yeah, we're still tight. Okay, yes. Yeah, we're still running a little tight, so we'll probably skip that. But
All right.
I mean,
That's
that was an amazing run to watch. Holy fuck, dude. That was
Thanks.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you
I do
for...
have...
Okay.
Oh, sorry. No, I had one question for you.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people are curious about the answer to anyway. How in the, like, when you first started running this, how in the world do you, like, how do you process stuff so fast? Because, like, even my eyes could barely keep up on some of those parts.
It's mainly remembering. I guess I didn't really start to run this because I want to speedrun it. I went for all the deathless berries, and when you do all the maps deathless, it kind of... The step from speedrunning isn't too big because it just it goes from dying never to dying as little as you can, which should be easier. It's pretty hard to do it all in one go. It's very tiring. I'm pretty exhausted, but yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's interesting to know. All right then. Well, thank you guys so much. Good run, good commentary all around. Fantastic to watch, and I hope to see you guys back again next year because that would be awesome to see.
Yeah, thank you for letting me run here.
It was fun.
Cool.
Sick. All right, guys. Well, next up's going to be Cosmo and his 6 Islands runs, so we'll go ahead and start transition. We'll get